You spend hours studying, and by tomorrow, 70% is gone. It's like pouring knowledge into a leaky bucket. You start to wonder, am I just not smart enough? Here's the truth, you are. The problem isn't your brain, it's your method. Nobody taught you how to learn. You reread, highlight, rewatch. It feels productive, but your brain treats it like background noise, tuning them out just like an Instagram ad you scroll past. Meanwhile, in Japan, students memorize over 2,000 complex kanji, and they actually remember them. They've cracked the code. They don't study harder, they study smarter. And in this video, I'm breaking down the 5 science-backed techniques they use to remember anything for life. No more wasted time. No more forgetting everything a day later. This changes everything. Stick around, because once you learn how to study like this, you'll never go back. Chapter 1. Shūkan-ka, the power of study habits. You know what the real secret to remembering more is? It's not motivation. It's habit. In Japan, there's a concept called Shūkan-ka. It means turning something into a habit. And when it comes to studying, that's where the real magic happens. See, most of us try to force productivity in random bursts. We wait for inspiration to strike or panic before an exam. But Japanese students, they don't rely on last-minute sprints. They train like athletes, a little, every single day. That's Shukanka. You don't need 3 hours. Even 20 to 30 minutes a day at a set time and place can rewire your brain to treat studying like brushing your teeth. Automatic, non-negotiable, and part of your daily rhythm. Why does it work? Because consistency beats intensity. Cramming gives you short-term memory. Habits give you long-term mastery. So here's the move. Pick a time, pick a spot, and show up, even if it's just for half an episode's worth of time. The goal isn't to study more, it's to study consistently until it becomes who you are. And once it's a habit, studying stops feeling like a chore. It becomes your edge. Chapter 2, the Kumon method, small steps, big mastery. You've probably heard of Kumon, maybe as that after-school math program, but behind the worksheets and repetition lies a powerful secret to mastering anything. See, Kumon is built on one core belief. Small steps lead to big mastery. Instead of dumping a mountain of information on students, Kumon starts simple. One bite-sized problem, one concept, one win. Repeat that daily, and what looks like a baby step becomes a giant leap over time. It's like climbing a staircase. Each step is small, but take one every day, you'll rise higher than the person sprinting up the escalator once a week and burning out halfway. Here's what makes it brilliant. Every worksheet is just hard enough to challenge you, but not overwhelm you. It trains your brain to love progress, and over time, that repetition creates mastery. Not surface level, I kind of get it mastery, but deep, I can teach this in my sleep kind of mastery. Modern neuroscience backs this up too. Spacing out practice in small, manageable chunks activates long-term memory formation, which means what you learn today, you'll still remember weeks from now. So next time you feel tempted to cram for hours, don't. Instead, take a page out of the Kumon playbook. Go small. Stay consistent. Master more, because success isn't built in bursts. It's built in daily reps. Chapter 3, Active Recall, the samurai memory move. You know how most people study? They reread their notes, watch videos again and again, maybe highlight a few lines, all hoping the info will somehow stick. But here's the catch. Passive reading is like trying to catch fish with your hands, slippery and frustrating. Now imagine a samurai training his sword arm. He doesn't just hold the sword, he swings it again and again, building strength and precision. That's exactly how Japanese students train their memory, not by staring at words, but by forcing their brain to recall information. This is called active recall, and it's the secret weapon that turns weak memory into steel. Here's how it works. Close your book, put away your notes, grab a blank sheet of paper and write down everything you remember about the topic. No cheating. It's tough. You'll feel that mental resistance, the brain's version of lifting heavy weights. But that struggle, that's exactly what strengthens your memory pathways. Every time you pull knowledge from your brain, instead of pushing information in, your memory gets sharper, faster, stronger. Western students cram. Japanese students cultivate knowledge. So if you want your memory to become a samurai sword, not a rusty butter knife, start recalling more, rereading less. That's how you make your knowledge stick for life. Chapter 4, Spaced Repetition, Water your knowledge. Think of your memory like a bonsai tree. You don't flood it all at once and hope it grows. Instead, you water it regularly with care and precision. That's exactly what spaced repetition is, giving your brain just the right amount of attention at just the right time. Here's the trick. Review your material 24 hours after you first learn it, then again at 72 hours, then a week later, then a month. Each review refreshes your memory, keeps the knowledge alive, and strengthens those mental roots just before they start to fade. Japanese students don't wait until the night before the test, hoping to soak up everything at once. No, they treat learning like tending a bonsai, watering knowledge consistently so it thrives over time. Science shows this method hacks the forgetting curve, striking right before your brain tries to dump what it thinks is useless info. The key? Timing. When you space out your reviews perfectly, you don't just remember, you master. So stop drowning your brain in information all at once. Instead, become the gardener of your own mind. Chapter 5, the Art of Deep Focus. Before battle, a samurai doesn't just rush into the fight. He prepares. Carefully, intentionally. He ties his armor the same way, sharpens his blade with precision, not just for protection, but to prime his mind for war. Japanese students do something similar before they study. They might light a candle, sit at the same desk, use the same pen in the same notebook. These aren't random habits, they're rituals, and rituals are powerful. In Japanese philosophy, it's called so, the discipline of guarding your practice, and science backs it up. Rituals act like mental switches. They tell your brain, now we focus. When you repeat the same actions before studying, your brain forms a link. This is what we do before we concentrate. No chaos, no decision fatigue, just calm, focused energy on demand. Compare that to the Western approach. Phone on, notifications buzzing, trying to study on the couch, then the bed, then the kitchen table. It's no wonder focus slips through our fingers. But when you guard your focus like a samurai guards his blade, you don't just study harder, you study in flow. So here's how you can use Shu. Choose a study trigger, a small ritual that signals focus time. Maybe it's a certain playlist, a scent, a seat. Repeat it every session. Make it sacred. Because the more you honor your focus, the more your brain will follow your lead. And in a distracted world, deep focus isn't just an edge, it's a superpower. So now you know. Japanese students aren't born with photographic memories. They train them. They don't cram the night before. They don't rely on luck. They study with strategy, with rhythm, with purpose. From active recall to spaced repetition to rituals that trigger focus like samurai sharpening his blade, they've mastered the art of learning itself. And now, so can you. Because learning isn't about how smart you are, it's about how you study. Change your method, and you change your mind. The next time you sit down to study, don't just highlight. Don't just hope it sticks. Use the techniques, plant the seeds, water your knowledge, sharpen your focus. And most of all, train your memory like a warrior. Because when you study like the Japanese, you don't just remember more, you remember for life. If this helped, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment with the technique you're going to try first. And hey, don't just watch this once. Revisit it. Reinforce it. That's spaced repetition in action. Keep learning smart. You've got this.